corporate group, youth group, whatever last year call? Are you comfortable with that, or do you want to hear it first?
I can try it.
All right, cool. Because our whole point of this call is to relax. It's our chance. We should have our, we're in front of our peers, which is kind of, some people are out of their comfort zone. Some people are cool with it. This is just our chance as professionals to run our playbook. Just like a professional musician or a professional athlete, we're running our playbook. And there's a lot of things that we do well, and there might be some suggestions we get from the crowd that you might take into your next calls. It doesn't mean you got to take it. It's just your chance to say, here's my playbook. I'm running it. Here's what I would do. And is there something we can add to it? So are you comfortable just going into a roll? Or do you need anything else? You need it set up?
I'm ready to try it out.
All right, cool. So Casey, you've got Sabrina on a whatever, you have a CRM or computer or list, and they had a party with you last year. Do you need any other information before you call Sabrina, or can you just dial her? I mean, would you study this account at all? Would you need more information before you called Sabrina?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking to Sabrina. Well, for me, in St. Louis, it's a little bit interesting right now because we're really pushing this remodel we're about to do. So everything is, I know that you came last year, but it's going to be bigger and better. And
cool.
So I think I would just look at what they did last year and see if we could maximize that based on what our new game room is.
Okay, so you would have a piece of information what they did last year. So do you want to tell Sabrina what they did last year so she can play that role? What is it, a dollar amount? Is it how many people? Is it the package? Give her some data and we'll set it up.
Okay. Sabrina, what company do you want to be first, Sabrina? You choose the company.
Let's do Come and Go.
Okay, so you had a Christmas party with us last year in a private room with 100 people, and you guys did the $29.99 6 attractions, $15 game card, and 2 hours of video. Okay.
All right, so Sabrina, I guess you would start the skill practice by, you're starting by answering the phone. So Casey, we're skill practicing right here is probably the first 60 seconds, maybe the first 30 seconds, and we'll stop, okay? We're just going to start with the opening, and as we get in there, and let's just kind of see what this little introduction, upfront contract type thing sounds like in your world. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure.
We're just going to do this little piece here to see what this rapport and upfront contract type of thing feels like, looks like, sounds like. So it'll be short. All right, Sabrina, you start it.
Okay. Ring, ring. Ring, ring.
Sabrina, you say, but Sabrina, you start the role by saying, "This is Sabrina. Can I help you?"
Okay. This is Sabrina with Come and Go. How can I help you?
Hey, Sabrina, this is Casey with Incredible Pizza. How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
I'm great. It's been a little bit since we talked. Do you have a few minutes where we could have your time?
Yeah, go ahead. I got about 10 minutes.
Okay, great. So I'm just looking at our records, and I see that you came in last year and had a Christmas party with us. We are actually about to go through a big remodel, and I wanted to see if we could chat about some changes we're making, see if you guys are interested in listening to here.
Okay. Well, we're kind of thinking of doing something different this year.
Can I ask why?
Well, I think we spent a little too much money last, just not enough budget this year.
Okay, well, was there something with your package that you think didn't really fit the price range that you guys are looking at?
No, everything that we paid for, we definitely got our money's worth. It's just we don't have that type of money to spend this year.
Okay, so what does your budget look like this year?
We're wanting to stick around the $19 per person, so we're going to spend $10 less.
$10 less, okay. would you be willing to talk about some other gaming options, maybe a different package this year?
All right, you guys, so let's time out. Sabrina, hang on, time out. So let's give Casey the golf clap, if we can see her on screen, or if you can hear it. Casey, nice job. Way to go. Zach is giving the power clap there. Nice job, Casey. So let me pick Robin. What was something you liked that Casey did? Let's find a stroke there. Is there something you liked? Did we lose Robin?
I don't know if Robin's on here. Robin's not on her camera.
I think we may have lost her. How about Michael Todd? Can you hear me, or are you not on here?
I can hear you.
Hey, did you hear that by chance? Anything you liked?
I liked how she asked her if she had time to talk.
Yeah, nice. Okay.
I'm going into why she's calling immediately.
Yeah, I like that. That was cool. How about Sabrina? Anything you'd like to play in the customer that you felt?
Absolutely. I like that she continued engaging conversation. Figure out why I didn't have the ability to come this year, or why we want to, and then she didn't take no for an answer. That was really good.
Okay. Hey, Zach, I've noticed on the computer that it shows Zach talking, even though Sabrina's talking. I'm wondering if you're getting some feedback. Can you just try to go to mute for a second when you're not talking and see if it helps?
Hello?
No, we can't. But I think the feedback went away, so
Yep.
I think that helped. Do you hear it too, Sabrina? Is it clear to you?
Yep, it's clear as crystal.
That's much better.
Yeah. So Zach, there must just be a little feedback with you if you're not on mute. But Zach, let's try it. Can you come back off of mute? And is there anything that you liked you can give Casey strokes on?
I was going to also answer what Michael Todd answered, in that I appreciated she made sure that there was a decent time to talk. So outside of that, I think it was all pretty good. I think we got right into the meat of the conversation really quickly, and then that ends kind of possibly in getting, a decision made a little too quickly. I don't know. We paused the role play, so I don't know where it was going to go.
Yeah, no, that's good. All right, cool. Casey, how do you feel like it went? Anything you would suggest or judge yourself, or what do you think you did well? Any thoughts on it?
Yeah, I think that I'm trying to ask more questions.
Good.
So I think that that's something that I'm working on, but I also struggle to find, in that scenario, especially when it's a callback and they've done business with us before,
right,
and it's the same time of year that they booked last year, it's hard to kind of find a conversation that isn't about, are you going to rebook? And so I think at the beginning of the conversation where I struggle.
So I really liked, I loved it. So if you guys, if you need to reinforce this, write this down, you guys, on your notepad or put it in your brain. An upfront contract is about purpose, time, their world, our world, and outcomes. So Casey, you had a really nice purpose for why you were calling, and the time, as you heard the strokes on the time. Throw in there the outcome, and it'll give you a purpose to that conversation. It'll kind of anchor the rest of the conversation. So what it might sound like is, Sabrina, hey, how you doing? All that stuff. But listen, the purpose of me calling is to share some of the things we've been working on our remodel. Can I have 30 seconds to share some of those, and then when we're done, maybe you share with me what your plans are for the party next year, or we decide there's no reason to talk. Are you cool with that?
Did she talk to you about Friday?
Sometimes they'll agree and they'll want to hear what's going on. Sometimes they agree to that contract and just cut you off and say you've already booked that over.
Wait, I just texted you.
But you're giving them the outcomes, and it kind of calms them down. So just something to add there, because I thought you did the purpose and time really, really well. just something to add to the outcomes there. So, Casey, are you okay to run it another time? You okay?
Can I hear somebody else run it real quick?
Yep. Who do you want to hear it?
Oh.
Pick somebody on your list.
Zach, maybe can you run through it?
Yeah.
Zach, just do
So
your
it's 100. It's 100 people. It's come and go. You're Sabrina. Was there anything else important? No? Okay. Okay. I'm ready, Sabrina.
Sabrina, you answer the phone.
Okay. And I am Casey, or am I myself again?
Come and go 100 people.
Okay. All right. Thank you for calling Come and Go. This is Sabrina. How can I help you?
Hey, Sabrina. It's Zach. How are you doing?
Wonderful. And yourself?
I'm good. Doing pretty good. Do you remember me?
Nope, not at all, Zach.
I thought that might be the case, unfortunately. I'm with Incredible Pizza Company over here on South Campbell. I know you remember that.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I know I just kind of called you out of the blue. Do you have maybe 5-10 minutes to spend with me real quick? I wanted to call you about something.
Sure. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I know last year you guys had a really fun holiday party with us, and the feedback was good after the events and everything, and I don't know if you've heard, had some major expansions of our facility, and so our calendar for December is filling up a little quicker than normal. So one thing we're trying to do is get back with our guests from last year and just see if they're thinking of doing something with us again. And I didn't know where you sat with that. Have you guys started planning anything yet?
We actually have. We actually just got our budget back and found out that we're going to have to spend $10 less a person. So we're thinking of a different option.
All right, so time out. Nice job, Zach. Nice job. So, Casey, did you take anything from that intellectually?
Yeah, I think that I did. I'm struggling between that and like asking, like hearing more from them, I think. And so I worry that I talk too much. So that's what I try to get away from.
Yeah, can we keep going for a second?
Yeah, but hang on, you guys. Let's break this down, because this is one of the things that I think people have a gap on when they're calling people is, see, Zach, you're so used to doing it, it's old hat to you. You don't even realize you're doing it anymore. And so the pattern interrupt in that phone call, if you caught it, great. But if you guys didn't catch it, he just introduced himself as Zach. And there's a little bit of rapport there where she says, hey, how you doing? And then he says, hey, who I am. And they always say, no, help me out. So, see, that's the interrupt of the pattern. They haven't put you in the box. Then Zach does his upfront contract. Can I take a step back and tell you why I'm calling you? Or I guess he said, we're Incredible Pizza. You remember the party? Yeah, blah, blah, blah. But can I take a step back and tell you why I called? So there is Zach's agenda, and it's her agenda too. Can I take a step back and tell you why I called? Then we could anchor that with, and you tell me which direction to go. That's their agenda, and that's the outcomes. So I just don't want to rush that, you guys, is that in these calls, that's what separates you from everybody else. Even if they say no, it's not about getting them to say yes at this point. Even if they say no, we've already booked another party. They remember you subconsciously building trust in the beginning, because you got to realize they have 17 other people in a day that call them on this stuff. You're not the only people that call people. They have other salespeople that come in their world, and this is what puts Incredible Pizza up higher up in that ladder of customer service, rapport, trust, and all that stuff. So, Casey, that's why I don't want to quite go past it. So I want you to be patient with me, because you did a really nice purpose and time, but I'd like you to work in an outcome in there. So, Casey, can I do it once so you can hear it? And hear some just different styles. You heard Zach's style. Can I do it once for you so you can hear the outcome? Would that help?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, Sabrina, are you back live? Can you hear me?
Yep, I'm good.
All right, you answer the phone, Sabrina.
All right. Thank you for calling Come and Go. My name is Sabrina. How can I help you?
Sabrina, it's Brett Baker. Name ringing a bell at all?
No, Brett, I don't think so.
Well, no big deal. Can I take a step back and tell you why I'm calling and you tell me which direction I should go?
Sure.
Sabrina, I'm with Incredible Pizza. Is that ringing a bell? From where you guys had your party last year?
Absolutely. Yes, we had our Christmas party. It was phenomenal.
Yeah, well, awesome. I appreciate you saying that. What do you think the best thing about it was?
I would say that we got to invite a lot more people than we anticipated, and were able to pay for gameplay and food, and everybody left with a smile on their face.
Well, awesome. That's good to hear. Sabrina, I won't take much of your time, but can I just take a really quick 30 seconds, tell you what we've been working on at Incredible Pizza, and then you tell me if there's any reason to talk about your next event. Is that fair?
Sure. Absolutely.
All right. So auto roll, Casey, what are you hearing that's different there? Not saying it's right or wrong, just what are you hearing different?
I think that you phrased it more as a question, I guess, which I think I'm more comfortable with.
Okay. Cool. So you remember, guys, we're not scripting this. We all have our style. There's no right or wrong here. All we're trying to do is build trust. And sometimes these little trust moments are subconscious to them. It's not an obvious thing. It's subconscious. So, Casey, do it one more time for us, and let's get some feedback from your team. Okay? Sabrina, you answer the phone.
All right. Thank you for calling Come and Go. This is Sabrina. How can I help you?
Hey, Sabrina, it's Casey. How you doing?
I am doing great. How are you?
I'm doing well. So if you could just take a minute to think back on your Christmas party last you're making, and then we can see if we can go from there to see if we should talk about what you're doing for your Christmas party this year.
Okay.
All right, time out. So, Casey, big hand. Nice job. If we could do a wave of 80,000 people in the arena around you, we would start it. Nice work. So, Casey, you started out. How do you feel it went? What are you happy with?
It's still a little awkward because I'm just not used to not saying I'm with Incredible Pizza immediately. So that's something that's a little weird.
So let's talk about that, you guys. For anybody on the call that can hear that, Zach obviously chose that pattern interrupt to just say Zach, because I haven't talked to Zach about this before, but my hunch is Zach is Zach. And if somebody doesn't know Zach, that's their problem. He's the expert in this entertainment facility. So his mindset is they remember me. I'm the Zach. But it's not a cocky, arrogant thing. It's just kind of a pattern interrupt. So they don't quite know, should I know Zach? So it gets them out of that box of someone calling them. So, Casey, you don't have to do that style. I modeled that too. That just happens to be what I use in my real life. But you can say, hey, Sabrina, it's Casey with Incredible Pizza. Is this a bad time? You can say your name and your company. It's okay, especially if they're a customer. So I don't want you to get too literal with that. Zach and I have gotten into that pattern interrupt just because we like to throw them off for their pattern, whether they're a brand new customer or they know us. It's just our style. But you can say the traditional, hey, Sabrina, it's Casey with Incredible Pizza. Is this a bad time, or can I tell you why I called? So, guys, remember, words are 7% of this thing. It's our body language and our tonality. And, Casey, the way you just ran it, it was really nice. And even came back and got some outcomes. Killed that. Knocked it out of the park. Nice job. Casey, pick somebody.
Is Natalie on?
Natalie, you feel like going, or you want to delegate to a producer?
I don't want to waste anybody's time. So because I'm not somebody who is out on the field, I'm going to go ahead and delegate if possible and have Katie go.
Yeah, the master. Call center Katie. So Casey, since we had a good connection there, will you play the customer, Casey? and can you just play that same role? For Katie's information, Katie, pretend it's Come and Go. They did 100 people last year, and we'll just see how it goes, okay?
Okay.
And Katie, again, this is your time to relax. Don't just do what you normally do. You can't fail. Well, all we're trying to do is just see if there's any place we can add more tools to your toolbox, so no worries. So, Casey, you start the role play by saying, this is Casey, you Come and Go. Can I help you?
Oh, hi, this is Casey with Come and Go. How can I help you?
Hi, Casey. This is Katie at Incredible Pizza. I was just calling about an event that you held last year with us. Do you have a couple minutes to talk about that?
Yeah, I have a few minutes.
Okay, great. Did you guys enjoy your time last year?
Yeah, we had a great time.
Well, great. Well, we were just really calling because we do have some new things going on at Incredible Pizza. Also, we are booking up pretty quickly for about the same time that you came last year. Were you guys looking at doing
Time out. Nice job. I hate to interrupt you, Katie, but I just don't want to go over this upfront contract too quickly. I just want to work on this trust building point because it'll help build trust. So nice job. Give Katie a hand, you guys. I don't know if she can see us or hear us, but nice job, Katie. So, Katie, how do you feel like the upfront contract went?
I don't know.
Well,
I feel like I'm probably at the same place for Casey. It's a little, I don't know.
So let's find that stroke. You asked for a moment to tell her why you called, right?
Yeah.
So that was beautiful. You knocked out of the park your agenda, and you said, let me take a step back, or I don't remember what your time unit was. Can I take a second or a minute to tell you why I called? You did those two things beautiful. What professionals tend to miss is we miss the outcomes. So you can have them respond, you guys, in the middle of your upfront contract. You don't have to do it all in one run. So, Casey, let me give you an example, Katie, what that sounds like. So I'll try to do it just like you did. So, Casey, you answer.
This is Casey with Come and Go. How can I help you?
Hey, Casey, it's Brett Baker with Incredible Pizza. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you, Brett?
I'm good, thank you. Can I just take a step back and tell you why I called?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, and when we're done, you can tell me which direction we should go. Fair?
That sounds good to me.
So, Casey, for Katie's benefit, what do you feel differently there with that little extra outcome? What are you thinking? Just if you were a real customer.
It just feels like more straightforward, I guess.
Okay. So when you say straightforward, do you know what's going to happen when you and I are done talking?
Right. Like I'm going to make a decision about whether or not we should talk.
You don't know what the decision's going to be, but you're in your brain. You don't have to wonder where the hell this is going to go. You're saying to yourself, wherever we talk about it, I'm going to make a decision whether we should keep talking or not. So, Katie, did you hear that in her explanation and in my run through? So you're doing a beautiful beginning to an upfront contract. That's why I'm kind of slowing this thing down on you guys, is that somewhere in there, give them the outcome so they don't have to wonder. That's the person's biggest fear when they get cold called from somebody, even if they're a customer, is this person going to take my time? So that's why it makes so much sense when we say, hey, Carol, Incredible Pizza, Brett, how you doing? Hey, I'm great. Can I tell you why I called? Oh, sure. And when I'm done, you tell me which direction I should go. They're not mystified. Remember the upfront contract rule, no mutual mystification. This is where we are seen, felt, heard differently, you guys, than any other business that's calling them. Most people go right into the stuff, and that's why cold calling gets a bad name. We're not going to be in that camp. So, Katie, if that makes sense, Casey, if you would start the role play again, and Katie, run it a second time and see if you can process any of that stuff. Casey, you start.
Hi, this is Casey with Come and Go. What can I do for you?
Hi, this is Katie from Incredible Pizza. I was just calling about an event you held last year. Did you have a couple seconds?
Oh, for sure. What's up?
Okay. Well, I was just going to let you know about a couple of new things that we have going on. Did you have about 30 seconds? No. And then tell me if we need to continue.
Definitely.
Okay, well, we do have some new things.
So time out, good Katie.
Okay.
So you threw in that outcome there. So what did you feel? You got it in there, but how did you feel?
Well, definitely I fell on my face, but I mean, I feel if I start doing it, I think it would, my calls would flow better.
Right. It's a little clunky, but it's because you're not used to doing it. That's why you killed the first part of the upfront contract, because you're used to doing that. Nice job. All we're suggesting is for you to say, maybe it's kind to them to let them know what the outcomes is, because you come out of the left field on them. You're just coming out of the dark, asking them if you can tell them what's going on, but tell them what's going to happen after them. So nice. Be patient with me, Katie. Let's run it a third time and see if you can feel a little smoother on that just for you.
Okay.
Relax, nice and easy. Casey, you start.
Thanks for calling Come and Go. This is Casey.
Hi, this is Katie from Incredible Pizza. How are you today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. I was just calling about an event that you held with us last year. Do you have a couple moments?
I have a few minutes, yeah.
Okay. Well, basically, what I'm going to do is I can let you know kind of what's going on new in the facility in the next 30 seconds, and then if you want to continue, you can let me know. If not, then we can part ways.
Sounds good to me.
Time out. Awesome. So, Casey, share with Katie, how was that different from pace, tone, confidence, delivery? Any strokes you would give her?
Well, Katie, I think that was the best one yet, because she gave me an outcome, but she also gave me permission to say no.
Yeah.
So I think that was
nice. All right, so Katie, are you taking something from that one?
Definitely.
Yeah, nice job. So I can't see you, so I'm just talking to the phone. But can I have permission? Can I have some permission to just nitpick an idiosyncrasy really quick? Just a real nitpick, but don't take it the wrong way. You're an I-10, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So most people do this, so you're not wrong. I'm not telling you that you're wrong, but most people say, "Hey, I was just calling to ...
Okay.
That just calling someone makes us feel like we're not interrupting them, but actually the subconscious message it sends people is, I really am not focused and targeted on what I want you to accomplish. I'm just kind of winging this.
Okay.
So I'm not saying to change it. I'm not saying you got to change it. And Katie, you might not even realize you're doing it, but that's an anchor word that you have really cemented in.
Okay.
Hey, Carol, it's Katie with Incredible Pizza. Can I tell you why I called? Yeah, sure, go ahead. I was just calling to ... I would much rather have you have a more confident word there, just to show the peace and the confidence, not that you're just winging it. And it's kind of like those people that say, hey, Katie, I'm sorry to bother you, but I was just wanting to know, well, if what we have helps them, then let's be more confident with that.
Okay.
So I'm just calling. The just word is one of those English words that we don't need to probably use in our language. You could say, Casey, I'm calling to share with you something we're working on out here. When I'm done, can you tell me which direction I should go? So You're not just calling. It's an unnecessary word. Just say, I'm calling to. Or I would use this one, or some of my clients, Katie will say, Casey, the purpose of my call is to tell you what we've been working on over here at Incredible Pizza, and when I'm done, you tell me if it's of any interest or not for your next gig.
Okay.
The purpose of my call. I'm calling to share with you. It's not, hey, I'm just calling to, Katie, does that make sense? I don't want to be the beat a horse there, but makes sense? Cool. But really nice job on that last third run, too. That sounded like you've done it 100 times. Way to go. Katie, pick someone. You can't see the screen. Have Sabrina pick someone for you if you can't see the screen.
Let's go Derek.
Derek, can you hear us now? Are you back?
I am back.
Hey, Derek, if you want to pretend you got a customer calling in, you can break off again and take that customer call if you want. I'm just kidding you, man. That's the best way to get out of these role plays, you guys, is say a customer's calling.
Yeah, there's money on the other line. I got to talk to you guys later.
Yep, there you go. Sabrina, are you comfortable playing the customer again, please?
Yep.
All right, Derek, can we do the same thing? Sabrina's come and go, and she had 100 people last year. Are you okay with that? Because it's not the subject matter. We're just talking about this front-end trust-building move.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, no worries. Just run what you normally do. If you're taking some of the things that were already done, great. If you're not retaining them, just run what you normally do. And we'll see. We'll get some strokes and stuff.
Yeah, I'm just going to spin it off.
Sabrina, you start.
Thank you for calling. Come and go. My name is Sabrina. How can I help you?
Hi, Sabrina. This is Derek Hall. How are you doing today?
Wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. It's a little warm, but I'm doing great. By any chance, do you happen to remember me?
I actually don't. Your name does not ring a bell.
Oh, no problem. You know what? I haven't finished filming my autobiography, so I completely understand if you don't recall me. But, once again, I'm Derek. I'm calling from Incredible Pizza in San Antonio. Does that ring a bell?
Yes, we actually hosted a Christmas party with you guys last year.
Yes, you guys did. And, I do apologize for the delay. I wanted to call back and get a hold of you guys to see how it went, but the day of, I heard everything was going great, and I wanted to call and follow up and see what you guys had planned this year.
Okay, I think we just got our budget in, and we're looking to spend about $19.99 a person, so about $10 drop off from last year. We haven't really decided where we're going to go this year.
Well, very good. Well, I'd like to, if I can, take a couple minutes of your time. I know that's precious, so maybe we can discuss a few other options that we can work on this year.
Okay, yeah, that'd be great. If you want, you can send me a proposal over, kind of let me know what kind of gameplay you guys can package together, and we'll take it back.
All right, so time out. Thanks, Sabrina. So, Derek, what do you think you did well?
I can say hi to him well. I guess it's just getting used to the transition, the upfront. Sometimes I'll jump into something before it dawns on me, how we're going to get the upfront contract first, so sometimes I'll backtrack.
Yeah, okay, so that's a suggestion, but what do you think you did well?
Oh, well, I think I can fly off the cuff real easy, just make things personable or chat with people about something that's going on.
Yep, I love it. I thought that was really cool. Nice job in your suggestion. Sabrina, would there be anything you would suggest on that from a structure?
The only thing, I really like that Derek actually tells them that he planned on calling them to thank them for and how they were doing last year. That's a great tool. We don't do that right now, so I'm going to steal that from him, just so he knows. But as far as changing, I probably would get a little bit of permission, work on getting permission to talk, and then of course let them know the outcome. If he can get that in there within that 30 seconds, he does great. He has good customer service skills. He had me told to talk.
Okay, good. Zach, can you come off from mute? Do you have any suggestion in there to add?
I think you did a fantastic job, really, overall. I think it was really good. We could have gone back and beat up on the outcomes a little bit more, just making sure we close it out with, and at the end of this, you're going to give me a yes or a no, or a maybe so, or a we'll talk later, just something like that. But I think overall I did really well.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you, Zach. So, Derek, we're not on this call to change a whole bunch of things. So we're on this call just to run our plays and see if they work and see if we like them and if there's any suggestions we can take. So Zach had a good point there. Can you build another level of subconscious trust with them by telling them what's going to happen afterwards? Nothing wrong with your call, but it's pretty traditional when you say, call in to see about talking about next year. There's nothing wrong with that, straightforward and all that. But there's something about you let them know what's coming first, and they know what the outcomes are, they kind of relax a little bit more. So if you can add that with that wonderful customer service things that you have, that'd be great. Sabrina, for my edification, can you go, before we, Derek, I want to run it again, but Sabrina, you said something about when he said, I plan to call you and follow up and see how the meeting went. Are you saying that's an operational thing for Incredible Pizza as we call the contacts a week or so after the event and we check in with them and see how it went?
Yeah, what we actually do is we try to send them something out via mail, basically thanking them for coming, things like that. We're struggling right now as a whole to get addresses, so I think that's part of the reason why it's kind of dropped off the map on doing that, following that process. But as far as like calling them and just checking in with them, I mean, that sounds like something that we could use as an anchor to basically start a conversation. It's a good anchor to go with, just to say,
I see what your point is. Okay.
So that's why I said I would use it.
Yep. Okay. My trigger was, is there a process in the Incredible Pizza thing for you or Natalie or Tim? Is there a process for when somebody has an event with us, they give us money, they pay, and do we come back a week later or a day later? I would think the earliest the better is to come back in their world and just say, hey, the purpose of my call is to thank you for trusting us with your group. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Is there one thing we could do to get better in our operations? I'm just curious what that would be. Do you realize how few businesses do that, ladies and gentlemen? Especially you people who have relationships with these companies and you're in the sales role. If you're not following up and calling them and saying, hey, thank you for that event, for trusting us with that event, we're missing a stroke. We're missing the most powerful stroke there is. So I love the thank you note. The written stroke's beautiful. If there's a process that triggers that every time, guys, don't let up on that. We got to nail that. We got to be the best in the business in that thing. Excuse me. But that thank you stroke on a phone call is awesome. So, Sabrina, you were just giving Derek a stroke that he's using it as an anchor. He's saying, hey, I planned to call up, but is he not saying that I really didn't plan on it and I didn't do it?
Yeah, he basically apologized, took omission for not following up last year with them.
Yeah. Okay. So, this might be nitpicky, and I expect someone to disagree with me, but do you know what the subconscious is saying when that happens?
I kind of took it as a negative.
Okay, why, Tim? Stay there. Stay there.
I'm Michael. I'm not Tim. Sorry. I sound like Tim.
Oh, sorry, Michael. You sounded like Hershberger. I'm sorry, Michael. Go there. What are you thinking? What was your subconscious thinking?
I was just thinking if it's been a year, let's just assume it was last year and he's calling me for this year. I took it as more of a negative, not that he didn't do a great job, but a negative that I'm apologizing that I haven't touched back with you in a whole year versus that, like you said, say a week later, he got something from us saying thank you.
Yes. So here's what it is. Here's the bottom line with you guys. And Derek, I don't know if you understand ITM yet. I haven't been around you enough, so I'm not talking about you as a person. You did a nice job in your skill practice. So I'm talking 10,000 feet philosophy here. You guys, there's this stuff, there's an English slang called a bait and switch.
Right now. So is Julie there?
Let me give you an example of a bait and switch. Sabrina, I'm going to call you, and I'm going to be Brett Baker, and you're going to be Sabrina, okay?
Okay.
And I'm just going to call you out of the blue, and let's pretend I haven't talked to you for 6 months or a year, okay?
Okay.
And so
here I go. You answer.
Thanks for calling. Come and go. This is
Julie's
Sabrina.
getting her hair done, so she's not getting excited.
No, you're Incredible Pizza, Sabrina.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
This is real life, Sabrina. I'm Brett Baker, real life Trust Point, and you're Sabrina, real life call center guru, Incredible Pizza guru. Okay, real, you and me, real. Okay. I want you to listen for the bait and switch. I want you to listen for it. You ready, Sabrina?
Yep.
Sabrina, it's Brett Baker.
Hi, Brett. How are you?
Well, I'm good. How have you been?
I have been wonderful. Thanks for asking.
So how much?
Cool. I just wanted to call and check up on you. I hadn't talked to you for, gosh, it's probably been 6 months, 8 months. I hadn't talked to you, and I just wanted to call and see how you were doing over there.
Oh, we're doing wonderful.
Awesome. So, honor roll, Sabrina.
I told her we could instead
are you taking me
the money
genuine
and
so
do
far?
something else
You
with
feel like I'm real?
Yep.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good at this point, right?
So is she willing to pay for any of
You're
it?
probably subconsciously thinking, that's cool. Brett's thinking about me. He's calling me, giving me a stroke, and he's just touching base with me, thinking about me. Feels good, doesn't it?
Yep.
So watch the bait and switch. Back and roll.
Well,
that's
no,
great
what
to hear.
you had said, you told her last night, no, you're never
Say,
getting it
while
because
I've
it's
got you on the
$500.
phone, do you
There's a
think you'd be
horrible thing
interested
to
in
say to
donating
someone
100
when you
to
get a birthday.
$500 to a charity?
I would say, let's talk to her about it. Do you
Well,
really want this
sure.
job?
I mean, that's something we could definitely talk to our owner, Rick, about.
So, auto roll,
Would
so
you
time
rather,
out.
you know, we
But
can get you a
Sabrina, do you
haircut,
see
so-
how that negates
I
almost
mean,
your good feeling?
Uh-huh.
I don't understand. So
Because
it's,
if I would have just said,
so
well,
you
good
already
talking
committed to
with you,
this?
I'll
I
catch you on the
don't
flip side,
really
see you
understand
around,
what you're doing.
and hung up, it was just a stroke is what it is what it was, right? But I anchored the conversation while I was really calling you. I was really not calling you to see how you're doing. I was calling you to get $500. So I don't mean to get on a soapbox, you guys, but I'm okay with Derek's anchor. But you got to be careful of that because as you apologize for not following up, your real purpose is I want to book you for another meeting and give us more money so we don't follow up and ask you how it went again. That's the subconscious. That's the person that. Go ahead, Zach.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
There's like a mute button on the phone and a mute button on the browser, so I'm always a little confused.
That's cool.
Yeah, I used to do that. So a long time ago, that was my go-to, and I'd do the last year callback. It's kind of what we refer to them as, Brett. And I'd call and I'd thank them and I'd ask them what they remembered about the previous year. And it's like, and you're right, you feel like you're doing a call that should have been done 3-4 days after the event rather than 362 days later. It's just kind of crazy. And so, I don't know. We're always kind of moving and shaking, it seems like, on an annual basis in our stores. We're either getting new food options or we're getting new attractions. I don't know if it'll always be this way, but now that I'm calling business from the previous year, I don't really do that anymore. I actually call them and I kind of presume, which I know you'll probably rake me over the coals for doing this, but I kind of presume that they're going to want to book with us again. And I reach out to make sure that they haven't been affected by our expansion. You know, if things are going great, house business over there is great, well, business is good here.
That's not at all what I said. I said to find out how much it is and then have a discussion with Julie.
Also,
you can't just tell her no before we even talk to the lady.
Top accounts,
you
for the previous year, trying to get their dates, and they're already booked up and everything. So I'm really trying to get out in front of you with that.
I heard you say it. You're like, you're never going to get extensions if they're $500.
And I asked them that question, and typically the answer is no.
Make it a little more diplomatic.
And then I kind of asked her
and say, how much is
the and then we kind of transitioned into talking about what their plans are for that year.
Do you have any
something
cheaper?
where it's like, I've had several people in your shoes who's come to Imperial Beach that having a great time before. Now they're having trouble getting back. I'm calling you as a courtesy to make sure that hasn't happened.
And we're paying for that.
It's a little more genuine, but I don't know. Also, it's really important to try to keep a relationship going with people throughout the year.
Yep. See, Zach, I applaud that. I applaud
not
that.
$275.
You pull that off, and that's genuine.
And buy your school books? We don't have it.
We don't
have it.
That rocks it out.
Exactly what we just talked about this morning.
Love it.
That's why I wanted to make sure you're awake when we talk.
Eric, I want to go back to your thought there. I'm not telling you to change it because if what you're doing is working, you know, I'm going to be your biggest fan. I'm going to tell you don't change it. I just want you to come into the side door philosophy there and think about that. Are you pulling a bait and
there's
switch
like
on it?
$100.
Because I'm telling you, it's 2016.
There's 200 extra.
Generations
but
have
that's
passed
with
down
back
to
to
their
school
kids.
clothes and
They
everything.
see this stuff coming. They feel it.
We never
call it
discussed spending money on the
salesy.
joint.
Does it make sense, Derek?
Yeah, and I haven't actually necessarily used that.
You said you already did it. You
before.
texted me and
I
told
was
me
just
you did it.
trying
You
to
didn't
go
ask
off,
me anything.
you know, me calling someone first week in August about an event this time. So I thought it was kind of far off enough where I could say, you know, sorry I didn't get a hold of you.
That doesn't mean I said that the money's in joint. You think the joint, the joint, I deduct bills from that joint. I took that as meaning you were buying.
That's cool. That's cool. Because you guys, half of the purpose. That's cool. That makes.
Yeah, it's for $299. You're talking way more money. That's the only thing I bought myself probably in the last 6 months.
We want to be perceived differently than the traditional salespeople that call.
So I guess we're stuck.
And if they can put incredible pieces in a different box, whatever that is, subconscious, trust people, no BS people. That's what we're always just trying to get after. So thanks.
Can you at least figure out how much it is? I mean, that was like. When they had a consultation, and you left the consultation.
Eric, can you, or Sabrina, can you play that customer again? Michael, you want to take a shot at it?
And so you just.
Michael's still
And
with
so
us?
now are you going to talk about the cost?
Michael's still with you guys. He's taking a call from the call center right now.
Oh, he is? Okay. That's cool.
I mean, I think would be good is when you get back, you can say, okay, well, you know, Dad, or we
Robin never came
we're
back
willing
on
to pay $300 towards extensions. Your haircut we're taking care of.
No.
Well, you're on.
So how much is left for extensions?
Okay. Well,
so then she's going to be like, it's $570 for extensions.
so let's do this.
Well, Dad was only willing to pay
Casey, if you can hear me,
$300,
what is your biggest takeaway from, from running those?
The fact that you
For
left.
yourself, for other, hearing the other people, what are you taking away anything from today?
Yeah, I think I just, we've kind of talked about it a lot, but just having an outcome from the very beginning of the conversation.
I don't know what.
Yeah, nice. Good one. Katie, if you can still hear me, what are you taking away
gift
from
card
today?
was going to be for the clothes.
I think just, the first 30
work
seconds of the phone call is like super important, and just like the wording of it. So.
Okay, awesome. And it's your style. It doesn't have to be like me. It doesn't have to be like Zach. It can be your style. Just get in those elements there. Nice. Derek, anything you're taking away that's different?
Yeah, that's fine. Also, sorry. Okay.
Oh, I think I saw Derek. Oh, there he is.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of. I think part of it's just kind of the. I think it's almost more comfortable doing it with an actual guest. I guess I'm not used to doing the meetings, so it's almost like I'm more worried about screwing it up, so I'm overthinking it on the call. Yeah, a lot of good ideas.
Yeah, cool, Derek. That's not uncommon, man. We try to create a situation that's more pressure than the real life, so real life is easy. Just like Casey and Katie both switched on a dime and threw the outcomes in there on their second or third time. That's all we're trying to do. Professionals practice. If you're a professional musician, a professional athlete, they're practicing Monday through Friday, preparing for the Saturday, Sunday concert or game. And even the professional has to go hit golf balls so they can try to compete at a higher level. That's all we're doing. Is Incredible Pizza has blessed us with the time, money, and resources to have a moment in time where we can work on us. Whether we can hear Zach run something or we can get to the point where we don't even care that we're role-playing anymore. We're not even worried that we're going to screw it up. We're just running our drills. It doesn't matter. So if you had that feeling, that's okay. That's common. Our goal is over time is for that feeling just to kind of be weaker and weaker and weaker, and you don't even care what role you drop into. It just happens. So, Natalie, anything that you're taking or sending off with?
I think everyone did a great job.
Very cool. Sabrina, anything you're sending off with or taking?
Yeah, I'm going to try and go with the outcome in my conversation within the first, 30 to 60 seconds. Kind of throw the ball in their court, let them know what to expect towards the end. I think it'll work for me.
So, Sabrina, in your leadership role, your management role, you say you really like the some part contract that's kind of doing the work for you. You probably do outcomes with your people, fair?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
Yeah, so it's just one of those things we're bringing it into a subtle area with that customer to let them know. So good. Zach, any final thoughts before you jump off? Any challenges or wisdom?
I'm short on wisdom today. No, I definitely think I could still stand to improve on being more outcome oriented.
Okay.
I tend to kind of differentiate my approach if I'm calling what I consider a warm lead, like a group that's already booked with us for the last 3 years. So it's going to be I approach it a lot different than I do cold call. So I don't focus so much on. I think part of the upfront contracts. It's all. There's a concept that can be drawn out of literally every stage of the submarine. But I tend to focus on a lot more of the crisper upfront contracts if I'm sitting down for the first time with somebody and they don't kind of already know my style. But I can still tighten that up. So.
Awesome. Hirschberger, any thoughts before we jump off?
No, I think this was a great call. It was wonderful getting everybody involved. Very good job, Brett.
Cool. Awesome, guys. If you guys need anything or need to talk, get myself from Natalie or Tim. But have a great week. Appreciate you taking the time, jumping on. Nice job. Sabrina, thanks for your Academy Award-winning customer role.
Thank you, Brett.
See you guys. Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.